What is up, YouTube? What is up, Bills Mafia? It's Jay Coffee Talk back with another update regarding this NFL offseason. Been, making videos, keeping everyone up regarding this Buffalo Bills, getting the rosters in order, cap space, all kinds of discussions going on. Make sure to subscribe, any new viewers out there, but more importantly, make sure to join the discussions. What we're talking about here is Isaiah Mckenzie, a bit of what you would call a Swiss Army knife, I guess, gadget player. He's a threat in multiple ways. Wide receiver, he's got that speed, great return man. And when there was some injuries, he actually played cornerback for our Buffalo Bills and running back at one point when Shady McCoy and Chris Ivory went down with injuries a couple years ago. But we know we just lost John Brown. We added Emmanuel Sanders. Lots of discussions going on, like I said. But this guy right here, Sports Rock, at Sports Rock 2, very great dude to follow online. If you're part of the Buffalo Bills Twitter, Buffalo Bills online community, he has a great following. And he has a lot of interesting takes. But here it's let's check out what he's saying. And Isaiah Mckenzie actually tapped in and joined the discussion. I did a video on my main channel maybe a couple months ago regarding Isaiah Mckenzie putting a message out there to the Buffalo Bills and saying, the fan base, the city, and everything, and saying, listen, I don't know what's going to happen, but I love you guys. This has been the best. As some I spoke about on this channel before regarding this Buffalo Bills team, which came one game shy from going to that Super Bowl, is there's something special going on. Everyone, we love our coach, our GM, the players got chemistry. It's just there's a lot of great vibes, and it's a special camaraderie and stuff that the players have going on with each other, and check it out what he says. Hard truth time. The Bills can replicate the role in production of Isaiah Mckenzie with a day 3 pick. And then he says mutes tweet. Now, when I was kind of a little bit upset to see John Brown walk, it kind of brought up some narratives that get brought up very often, when people are talking football regarding wide receivers who are, really fast, like a speed type receiver, and a lot of people say those guys are like a dime a dozen. You could throw another guy into that role, you know what I mean? But not always the case with all these guys, you know what I mean? Sometimes receivers who aren't the biggest receiver but got that speed, they get lumped into that category, and it's sometimes unfair to these receivers. But anyways, hit the comments and let me know if you guys agree with that tweet that he put there. Like I said, great guy to follow online. A lot of, in this Buffalo Bills online community, a lot of great takes, tweets, all that. He's always getting involved in all the debates and discussions. But I'm not saying I necessarily agree with him, on everything he says. And in this situation, I really would like to see Mckenzie come back. I don't know. But anyways, let's peep the reply. Someone says, that being said, are there any specs you have in mind that I can study up on? I do agree. A good front office should be able to replace niche players, especially when you start winning. It's hard to keep everybody. And then Ron Swanson at Rozo Razio, I believe that's how you say this man's Twitter handle. It's tough sometimes, guys. Everyone likes to get creative, funny with their Twitter handle. Sometimes I'm saying it all wrong. But anyways, he says his route running was getting so good. You can tell Diggs and Beasley rubbed off him. I think he meant to say rubbed off on him. And then he said, hope he comes back. He was dicing dudes up with Beasley. And then Sports Rock says, sure, he's improved, but you pay for a guy who puts up 282 yards in a year. And then Isaiah himself, boom, he just jumps right in here and says, 282 with the same amount of touchdowns as Diggs. It's a steal, if you ask me. And then a lot of replies going on here. It's interesting whenever you see a player just hop into the discussion, but that's something I'm always pointing out when I'm talking about Bills Twitter, Bills Mafia Twitter, the Buffalo Bills online community. There is a lot of interaction from players and fans. It's a lot of fun, man. So make sure you guys subscribe to me. Make sure you follow me on Twitter as well at JCoffeeTalk. You can also follow me on Instagram at JCoffeeTalk _ on YouTube. And make sure you subscribe here as well as the main channel where we talk all different topics. But anyways, this guy says he gets it. And then Brother Bill says, Isaiah, take it easy on him. He doesn't know what he's saying sometimes. We love you. I've been saving all my stimmies I've gotten to help donate to Bean for extra cap for your lifetime contract I'm pushing for. So Brother Bill is like, I want at Brother Bill 716. He's like, Zay, like, and when I say, isn't it crazy I'm saying Zay, like Isaiah, and then you think it's Zay Jones. Shout out Zay Jones. I think he's still with the Raiders. Career hasn't panned out that well. But that, it's a side conversation, but that's how it goes with wide receivers, right? The draft, it's tough to gauge talent or whatever. But anyways, I'm getting off the topic a little bit. So let's see the replies here. I apologize. I got a buffering problem going on here. So Steven Salerno says, Isaiah, Brother Bill has had your back since day one. He's a real one and deserves a shout out. The ones who don't cherish you are blind. Hashtag bring back Isaiah. Then Brother Bill says, I will personally liquidate all my assets to pay for an Isaiah extension. So shout out Brother Bill. This guy really is number one on the Isaiah Mckenzie. I'm saying Jones because I was talking about Zay Jones, the Isaiah Mckenzie fan base. Like, this guy really wants Zay back at Buffalo. Salerno says, LOL, I hear you. I'm with you. Ron Swanson says, I'll donate 100. What's this guy? Josh says, LOL, forget what I said about your deleted tweet at Sports Rock. Just go ahead and delete your whole account at this point. So, whoa. Like I said, I'm just hopping online on Twitter and seeing all this stuff transpiring. I saw another tweet from Sports Rock, which we will go over that tweet, where he was saying, man, I'm glad I got my core followers. So I guess a lot of people are lashing out at him on Twitter. I'm just getting caught up on all these happenings. But like I said, I remember this guy from maybe mid-season, maybe week 10. I got kind of tapped in with what he had going on via his Twitter account. Like I said, he had a lot of great takes, a lot of great discussions. So in this situation, it seems people are like not feeling what he's saying, and they're really letting him have that. But Sports Rock, even though I might not agree with what you're saying here, don't let it get you down. I've been there. I had a situation on Twitter once where I felt like deleting my account. I tried to make a joke regarding a Bills player, and it was crazy. People were just, I had the most replies and notifications than I ever did on my whole Twitter lifetime, and they were like, most of them were very negative, like, this guy should go off himself, jump off a bridge, you're stupid, you're a retard. So don't let it get you down, man. It's Twitter. It can be tough at times. So then Andrea 25 says, we want you back. Ron Swanson says, bro, your routes are so much better. You need more opportunities. Bills have developed you and you can't leave. That's a very good point there. He's developed a lot in Buffalo. I hate seeing a guy develop and leave. What do you say? Dirty should have got all Knox targets too. Lil Dirty was out there leaving cornerback. So I'm kind of skipping around now. I'm not going to, go over every single reply. 282 yards and a lightning fast punt returner. And something I want to point out was week 17. What Isaiah Mckenzie did was simply amazing. If you guys recall, yes, it was a meaningless game. We didn't even play our starters. Barkley was out there. But recall, we were playing the Dolphins, who were playing for a playoff spot, who were playing their starters, who some might argue had the best defense in the NFL. If not the best, you got to agree the Dolphins are top 5, maybe even top 3. And Zay was out there tearing it up. 2 touchdowns, receiving, had a great kick return. He was doing the who does the salsa that used to play for the Giants? His name is slipping my mind at the moment, but hit the Cruz. Was it Cruz? Hit the comments and let me know if I'm correct. Someone says, "Sir, we do not claim him. We want you back." So this is a guy disagreeing, saying, with Sports Rock, saying we want you back. And then if we go to Sports Rocks, there's another tweet where Isaiah jumped in. Let's check this out. Oh, I didn't even know. So Sports Rock, does he do content as well? He's promoting a podcast from the 585 report via his pinned tweet on his Twitter. I'll have to tap in with that. I am a podcast fanatic, podcast fiend. I got a good 5 to 7 podcasts I listen to throughout the week. But let's see. Maybe we got to go into the tweets and replies here. I'm sorry. I just happened to see him in, I believe it was Bradley Gelber. Maybe this is it. 53 minutes ago. Let's check this out. Y'all, I don't know why that's blowing up so much. Isaiah Mckenzie is a hell of a human being. His growth has been remarkable. Getting added does not change my opinion. I hope he gets paid because there's been word that he was drawing interest from, I believe, was it the Bears? Or maybe it was Denver. Some team was very interested in Isaiah, as that's who drafted him was Denver, but maybe it was the Bears. This guy says, it's this crazy concept and very much a catch-22. The man wants to get paid a lot for doing more with the less, but he's not involved enough to warrant getting paid a lot. Both sides are right. And also, we shouldn't forget Mr. Mckenzie himself was a day 3 pick. And Sports Rock says, you say it better than I could. And that's a good point. I want to see Zay come back. I think this guy's great. But when you get to the business side of things, that's what's tough for us as fans a lot of times. When we really look at the business side of things, the contracts, it's nuts. I was talking with someone the other day, a friend, a family member. We were talking, with the Bills in this off-season rebuild mode, where they're trying to address all the roster needs and get everything in order with the cap space and all that. When you look at the breakdown, the cap hits, and what guys are getting paid per year, it's wild what the difference is between a guy that's getting the league minimum, or, I mean, maybe not necessarily the minimum, but his pay isn't really hitting like that. And then you look at some guys that I'm not even necessarily saying the top paid guys, but maybe up in the 70th percentile of salaries, and you're like, oh my God, look at the difference. So I get it that Zay has proved himself, when he has got on the field. As I stated, he's more of a special teamer. But when he's got out there on offense, and he had a great pass too last year. He threw on a trick play. He threw a touchdown to Josh Allen versus the Cardinals. You know what I mean? So he's proved like, hey, I'm not just some flash in the pan wide receiver who's fast, who's a special teamer or whatever. Like, I can really contribute, and he has, right? So he does want to up that salary, and then that's where it gets kind of tricky and complicated for us fans that want to see him come back, and then kind of, thinking on the business side of things and everything. It's complicated, that's why we're fans, and you got the front office. When it comes to the business side of things, you definitely can't have a heart or bring into it at all in any way. You know what I mean? It's very tough and complicated. But I'm gonna read a couple more of these replies, and then I'm gonna try to find that other tweet. And I'll close this video out, as I do know I'm rambling on a little bit, but I just kind of want to cover all the emotions and reactions and feelings that are going on regarding Isaiah Mckenzie. This person says, it all depends. If someone offers him a lot of money, he needs to go chase it. If he wants to pull a Levi Wallace and come back for a 1-year deal, the Bills should take it. Sports Rock says, I am fine if it's mega cheap. Amanda Bills Mafia replied and said, I think you need to just look at the Miami game for what he can do if he gets the targets. We can agree to disagree. I'm Team Mckenzie, but everyone is entitled to their opinion. Great point by Amanda Bills Mafia there. That game, like I was just speaking on a couple minutes ago, against the Dolphins, gets overlooked by people because they're like, oh yeah, we were. A lot of people essentially in their head think of it as like garbage time football. You know what I mean? Because we weren't necessarily going out there to win. We were playing. Barkley was out there, and a lot of our third stringers and such were playing. But the Dolphins, who had a great, amazing season, I keep saying too, quick side note, side conversation, they really shot themselves in the foot by benching Fitz. I was making a lot of videos speaking on that on my main channel, which again, make sure to subscribe, guys. I'll pin the link to that main channel in the comments. I cover a lot of topics over there, and we had a lot of great Buffalo Bills and NFL debates and discussions over there. So make sure to subscribe there as well as here once again. But the Dolphins were playing with everything they had. Remember, that eliminated them from playoff. Like that ended their season. And that defense was bullying teams, taking the ball away from teams, putting points on the board. That defense was winning games, and Isaiah McKenzie and Matt Barkley and essentially our bench smashed that team, and Isaiah really, really balled out. It was an impressive game. So I don't know. I hope we get him back. So what this guy say? This is what happens when you hit the big time circuit. The truth of the matter is he's probably right that no one else will put those numbers up with the touches he got. But to pay him on the current team, he probably needs to assume all return duties as well. Another important point he's putting out there, as I believe Roberts is not coming back to Buffalo. He's moved on. So comment everyone with your thoughts on the return man for our Bills. Throw some names out there. Let's discuss that as well in this comment thread, as well as everything else we're touching on in this video. And then this guy says, no worries, man. I've said it before. I don't think he'll be back. I like him to be, but it's up to the numbers, and I am not sure if they'll be right for both sides. With Roberts being gone, which we were just saying as far as the return man, I like him back more than I did before. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to go over every single tweet in here, but I really want to know what you guys think. I wanted to feature and speak on a lot of these tweets to kind of get across to you guys the emotion that was going on that you could feel in these threads with this Buffalo Bills discussion. But I wanted to read Isaiah McKenzie's other tweet. Let's go over to Zay's page real quick. I apologize, guys. My stuff is buffering. I don't know what it is. Pay good money for the internet. And I don't know, a lot of times when I'm recording content and stuff, you come across this BS. But let's see, Zay. Thank you, Matt Barkley. Congrats, my brother, to Roberts inking a deal. Who we were just talking about, our return man, who had a hell of a seasons for us, really produced for us. Shout out Andre Roberts, made the Pro Bowl and all that. Signed with the Texans, so shout out to him. Isaiah, let us pray. Always wanted to be on GMFB. Hold on, let's go to his tweets and replies, and I believe we will get that other tweet that I was talking about. Okay, let's see. Here he is in here. Oh, this is it. Apologies, guys. Twitter threads sometimes are hard to navigate through, especially if someone with a check mark commented somewhere in there. It makes certain tweets hard to view, and it is very complicated. For those who love to operate on the Twitter machine like myself, I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And real quick, before I do read these tweets from Isaiah, everyone hit the comments to let me know if you're like me, where you prefer Twitter over the other social medias out there. Like as far as getting news and having meaningful conversations, which will probably be a joke, and a lot of people will catch a nice laugh at that when we're talking about Twitter and we speak of all the crazy BS and trolling and such that goes on the platform. There is also a lot of great discussions and info out there on Twitter that you can get first. But a lot of people, Twitter isn't their cup of tea because people aren't like, oh, let me like your pictures. Oh, this, it's not that kind of place. It's like, let's talk about pertinent things going on and such. But anyways, this is where he said, put anyone else in my limited role, you're not getting ATDs out of them, I promise. And then also we already saw 282 yards with the same amount of touchdowns as Diggs. It's a steal if you ask me. Um, and that's all we'll really, what's this? Bills Play of the Year, Elite Eight. Someone did some brackets. That's another fun thing about Twitter, these polls and such and everything. This was in the Elite Eight, so the quarterfinals, and Isaiah Mckenzie, which was originally a given the 11th seed for Bills Play of the Year, 84-yard punt return versus the Dolphins, going up against Stefon Diggs, 21-yard touchdown catch with 34 left versus the Cardinals. What a catch. Remember, Diggs was going off. That's why you pay me the money. And then we obviously know, I hate thinking about how things went after that ridiculous Hail Mary. I hate thinking about that. But take that loss away, and we won so many games in a row. But I don't know. Sorry, guys, I'm getting a little bit off topic, but Diggs won 58.8% of the votes over Mckenzie, 41.2%. That he also was nominated for his pass to Josh Allen as well. That's what I mean. This guy is a playmaker. I don't know. So, and everyone just hit the comments. Once again, I'm sorry I'm rambling a little bit. I'm just very excited when speaking on our Buffalo Bills. This inevitable Super Bowl title that we're going to get. It's I say this in every video. It's just so nice to have Bean and McDermott and be able, as a fan, to sit back and just feel comfortable and confident, who's steering the ship. As, I've stated this in numerous videos in the later years of Ralph Wilson's life. Once again, rest in peace, Ralph. No disrespect to him. We know, Ralph was like old as hell. That man almost hit 100 years old, and he was trying to leave his family in great position when it came to the money. So he had consultants kind of running the team, but those days are behind us. We got a great team, great players, great front office, great coach, great GM. And it's just a great time to be a Buffalo Bills fan, And I don't know. That's all I got. So hit the comments, guys. Let's talk. New viewers, once again, please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. Also, go subscribe to my main channel. The link will be pinned in the comments. As I stated, we cover a lot of different stuff over on that channel. But, subscribe there as well. Do me a solid. I love making this content and hearing what everyone's got to say, chopping it up, talking, debating, and discussing these topics with you guys. Catch you on the next video. Will Isaiah be back? Let's talk. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. Have a great day, everyone. Peace.